Hello my people, Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. I'm sitting down today, down to the ground. Life is hard. How y'all doing? Yes guys, so today we're gonna talk about this Japanese visit to the UK monarchy. You know, the ignorance that these people have and the way they treat others. You know, that empress from Japan has horse allergies. So guess what Camilla did? Took her to the horse show. Camilla is like, well, I ain't gonna change the assignment because this is what we do. It's called the engagement. So I want to take you to see the horses. Wear your mask. Just imagine if these people would go, if Camilla, the mistress, and her husband went to Japan, if they would be treated that way. These people have no respect for others. Not at all. No. They ain't got no respect. It's very hard to hold my phone. I tell you guys, I broke my tripod and ordered a new one, so I'm waiting for it. So it's hard to hold this camera, I tell you. But bear with me. We got this. Let's listen to Magda fact. There are juicy stuff with the little comment that she made about those people's jewels and all those. So apparently Camilla took Kate Middleton's jewels, tiaras, and necklaces, gave them to Sophia Edward. Some other people talking about that one too, because you know I don't be paying attention about those jewelries. Huh? What's going on, huh? What's going on here? People, what's going on? Let's listen to Magda of facto. Magda de facto. Let's listen to Magda de facto.
The British royals are currently hosting the Emperor and Empress of Japan on an official state visit. This visit has been at least 5 years in the making. It was originally scheduled for 2020, and it was supposed to be the first official visit abroad for newly crowned Emperor Naruhito. He came to the throne in 2019 after his father abdicated. This means that the invitation for this state visit was originally issued by Queen Elizabeth II. But obviously 2020 and the COVID pandemic had other ideas, and right around the time that this visit may have been rescheduled, of course, Queen Elizabeth II passed away. Since then, we have seen King Charles host state visits from South Africa, as well as South Korea. He and Queen Camilla have also gone on state visits to France, Germany, and Kenya. State visits do take a very long time to plan. They are a celebration of the cultural ties and diplomatic links between two countries. And in this case, this was also a personal visit, as the Emperor of Japan studied at Oxford when he was a young man. I learned this week that he studied specifically river transportation on the Thames. Emperor Naruhito and his Empress Masako did arrive in the UK over the weekend, but they had a few days of private engagements before the official state visit kicked off on Tuesday. On that day, they were met at their hotel by the Prince of Wales, William. It seems that Kate is sitting out this official state visit. They then traveled to Horse Guards Parade for a ceremonial welcome with the King and Queen. White seems to be the overarching color on this visit, with both the Empress and Queen Camilla almost exclusively wearing this color this week. Of course, diplomatic dressing, the color of the Japanese flag, is primarily white. You know, if Kate was attending this state visit, she would have been the one in red to kind of complete the picture. A lot of people picked up on this image from the ceremonial welcome at Horse Guards Parade, which included a carriage procession in horse-drawn carriages. The Empress was wearing a mask. This was not a COVID precaution. I learned also this week that Empress Masako is allergic to horses. This raises the question, why on earth would you plan a horse-centric event when one of your esteemed guests is allergic to horses? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that the Empress of Japan probably said it was no big deal, let's do it anyway. And the British royals just did not push back on that because they're, I don't know, they love horses. But the Japanese family's sense of politeness and respect, even when they are the guests, I think would be the reason that this went ahead. I can totally see Charles and Camilla being the type of people, even if they hear about an allergy, well, if they say it's okay, we can do it. You know what I mean? On Tuesday evening, there was an official state banquet at Buckingham Palace, and we got a couple of royal... I can totally see Charles and Camilla being the type of people, even if they hear about an allergy, well, if they say it's okay, we can do it. You know what I mean? On Tuesday evening, there was an official state banquet at Buckingham Palace, and we got a couple of royal jewelry surprises. First of all, on Queen Camilla, you have one of the ugliest tiaras in the British royal collection, the Burmese ruby tiara. This is a piece that was commissioned by Queen Elizabeth. I hate that woman's taste in jewels. I'm so sorry. Everything she commissioned for herself, it's giving like child dressing as a fairy princess. But a piece of jewelry that I was excited to see on Camilla was this right here. This is the brand new Royal Family Order of King Charles III. We did get some high-res pictures of the new Royal Family Order. They will feature a hand-painted portrait of the king on plastic instead of the classic ivory, mounted in a white and yellow gold frame. This is the back of it, surrounded by diamonds that are from the royal collection. These are loose stones that they already had lying around. The medal is mounted on a blue, yes, this is blue, not green, ribbon, which they brought in royal milliner Philip Tracy to do these bows. Why do you need to bring in Philip Tracy to tie a dang bow? Am I the only one that doesn't understand that? I mean, it's a cute bow, I guess, but we're doing the most. Camilla was the only one of the royal women to be sporting this new royal family order, but these orders are typically given to all of the women in the royal family. I'm sure King Charles will come up with some stipulation that it's only for working royal women, but we'll have to wait and see. Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, for example, was not sporting this order at the banquet, although she was sporting some very exciting royal jewelry of her own, including the Lotus tiara. This tiara is a piece that is in the royal vault, but has only had a few wearers over the years. It was commissioned by the Queen Mother, and most recently we've seen it exclusively on the Princess of Wales. In between those two, it was habitually worn by Princess Margaret, and she loaned it to her daughter-in-law for her wedding day. Typically, though, we see long-term jewelry loans happening within the British royal family, and usually these pieces go to one person at a time. It was reported that the lotus flower tiara was loaned to Sophie by Queen Camilla, which is also interesting because up until now it's kind of been implied that it is King Charles who controls the royal jewelry vaults. So if it is Queen Camilla who is willing to loan these pieces to more family members, I'm all for her actually being the one with the keys. Sorry, not sorry. Empress Masako was wearing a very important piece of Japanese jewelry, the chrysanthemum imperial tiara. The chrysanthemum is one of the symbols of the imperial throne in Japan. I think this is the first time that she has worn it in public. Also at this banquet, we did see the Duchess of Gloucester in a real showstopper of a tiara. This is the Cartier Indian tiara, and it's just stunning. This picture doesn't really do it justice. Here is a much better one in which you can see that there are actually sapphires set in amongst all of those diamonds. This piece was commissioned in the 1920s, and it was supposed to be inspired by Indian architecture. This state visit is ongoing. Today, for example, the Emperor and Empress visit. Really do it justice. Here is a much better one in which you can see that there are actually sapphires set in amongst all of those diamonds. This piece was commissioned in the 1920s, and it was supposed to be inspired by Indian architecture. This state visit is ongoing. Today, for example, the Emperor and Empress visited Westminster Abbey, and there has been some really classic and beautiful fashion from Japan's Empress. I'm currently having just a hell of a time with a very busy, hectic summer, but I will update you if anything else notable happens or appears.
Guys, so that's the official visit that was scheduled for over 5 years. So I believe due to COVID, that's probably why it got postponed till now. But there was no Kate Middleton. And you heard it. Sophie, she wore the tiara that Kate Middleton used to wear. I don't know the name of the tiaras. I don't know whatever you all call them. If they got some names. Some of them might be Jessica, the other one Abby. I don't know wherever. They got all them names. So since I saw this video, I went and Googled about the royal tiaras, and guess what I found? Some other people are saying the same thing. When you get that tiara from the queen or the king, it's gonna be assigned to you to wear until you are no longer there. That's the rule about it. It's not gonna be yours forever, but you are gonna wear it till it's a you are forever. Until you are forever. Until you're no longer here. Then it's gonna go to someone else. What's cooking? What is cooking? Tell us about it. Well, I'm actually happy though. I'm actually happy even though I don't really like that Sophie lady that much. Because she's one of them bullied mean girls. She thinks she's above it all. I can't wait until I'm gonna start hearing stuff about her and Eddie Boy. It's gonna happen. You know this family? Nothing surprises me. Anything will, the hell will break loose at any time, because you know when you're walking around with cursing on you, it's always gonna be around you. It's not just gonna go. There is something that that Camilla lady is doing to Duchess Doolittle. She doesn't like that Duchess Doolittle. Remember a couple of weeks ago or a month, Rosa Hanbury was wearing Kate's hat. And a few days before that, Camilla was hanging out with Rosa Hanbury. All those symbolism, I tell y'all guys pay attention. But I'm just waiting for the announcement of that divorce. That's what I'm here for. Here we have Ministry of Hacks. He had something to say about this Japanese visit. He's so mad about the money being spent by these lunatics. So let's listen to him.
State banquets and diamond-encrusted brooches. Anybody would think we were a country where millions of children aren't growing up in poverty. But guess what? We are a country where millions of people and millions of children are dealing with poverty. Some children are in families so impoverished that there's not enough food in the house to feed them. That's how bad things are. Camilla got this award, a miniature painting of Charles surrounded by diamonds, just because she is a female in the royal family. They all got them when he became king. There was no allegiance to shine a light on people that are needy all over the world. There was no declaration to protect the weakest members of society. No, they just got the award because they are female and part of the royal family. Seriously, British taxpayer, it's 2024. It's time to have a debate about whether this is acceptable in a modern digital age. Comment.
Well, that public doesn't really care. They're applauding them, watching them floating the money around. Like I told y'all guys a few days ago, the newspapers were around here talking about how much billion this kid inherited. Bully. They were telling the world, letting the world know how rich he is. He has more money than anyone could think about. And his brother has nothing. It's like his brother was competing with him. Harry's it's not a greedy person. He's living his little beautiful life with his wife. He doesn't need all those billion inherited from people's blood. Lots of people lost their lives because of that money that these guys floating around the internet. Keep financing that luxury. Don't complain. Don't complain. Just keep clapping for them. And meanwhile, they're going to start helping you with food banks. That's what they do. Yep. They're going to open more food banks. That's how y'all guys going to survive. You Brexited, didn't you? You are the European Union no more. And then people have the Duchy of Cornwall not paying any taxes around there. But y'all paying them for taxes. I mean, I've seen people being naive on this planet, but some naivety that I'm seeing with these people, it's like, people, what's going on? Wagwan. Please. Here's Murad Morelli with the juice.
Well. Camilla is at it again, wielding her addiction to power and is gifting jewelry of Kate without her permission, I believe, to other individuals. It looks like Kate is being downgraded. Everybody's discussing the Emperor and Empress of Japan. I've seen the Japanese flags out, even myself, upon, passing through Parliament and, Buckingham Palace and etc. But all story today is about Camilla wielding her power yet again. And Rebecca English, a correspondent for Daily Mail, is discussing how Sophie Edwards, out of everybody, Sophie is wearing a specific tiara that belongs to Kate Middleton, and that is jewelry of Kate Middleton. Kate was absent, was not able to attend the state of banquet dinner. I do wonder why, perhaps because of illness or related health concerns or everything else in between. She just was not coming. Camilla probably was upset about this for the fact that, the Emperor and Empress is here and Kate is not attending, etc. Camilla is wielding her power, well, she's been accused of, and has gifted and given the jewelry by Camilla, the headline states, to Sophie Edwards to wear. Now, this is not Sophie's jewelry, so why is she suddenly wearing the jewelry of Kate? Why has she seemed to be upgraded? Why is she everywhere? Why is she now seen as second of command? It looks like somebody is being downgraded, and it looks like that is being done by the hands of Camilla. One thing about Camilla people need to understand is that she is power hungry. That woman wants power continuously. Even after the demise of King Charles, she wants to maintain some kind of, battleground status quo, of having power and yielding it amongst people. And this is an example. I feel like this is a punishment. This is a ushering out of Kate for the fact that, Sophie is wearing her jewelry. Kate was also not able to attend this stuff. Beef, wars is going on behind the scenes. And this is what a lot of people are saying indeed. The second most senior female royal present, the Duchess of Edinburgh, was lent the lotus flower tiara and diamond necklace by Queen Camilla and wore them with a dress by Susanna. Somebody says, who the F is Camilla to loan Kate's jewels to someone else? And most importantly, who gave her the right over the royal vault? Shouldn't it be by the king? I don't remember Philip loaning jewelry. By Queen Camilla, we know who holds the deed versus the key. That is another thing. Camilla's not part of the royal family. Yes, of course she is, but she's not, in the linear role. It's King Charles. It's Harry, it's William, it's Elizabeth. So to me, it is very bemusing that she is able to gift stuff. Where has this come from? And the fact that she's been able to hold it, give it to whoever she wants, and was like, well, Kate's not here, she's ill. Let's, instead of preserving the jewelry for her when she's able to attend, let's actually give it to somebody else to wear and to make a second of command. And of course, Sophie is absolutely reeling. Now, let's cast our minds back to the Tripping of the Colours event. I don't see Sophie and Kate having large conversations. That was Kate's return and comeback. I did see Sophie patting William on the back or something in those accords. I'm not saying that there's issues between Sophie and Kate. We don't know that yet. There's not enough evidence or proof to even go through with something like return and come back. I did see Sophie patting William on the back or something in those accords. I'm not saying that there's issues between Sophie and Kate. We don't know that yet. There's not enough evidence or proof to even go through with something like that or it to be seen as accurate. But one thing we know is that was Camilla's decision. She chose specifically with intent. She knew what she was doing, and Sophie is loving every bit of it because she's wearing the jewelry. She's seen a second of command, high priority, Prince Edward's wife. Like, she's like, whoa, it's me, I'm here, whatever. So, yeah. Are there issues between Camilla and Kate? I absolutely think so, because even when Kate returned on that balcony, she was barely talking to Camilla. She was talking to Charles throughout, let alone William, but she was barely talking to Camilla. But this is what is on everyone's lips today in regards to those who discuss the royal family, that Camilla is shady in her ways. If she's not inviting Rose Hanbury 1 minute, wearing the same color as well, she's then gifting Kate's jewelry to somebody else. Camilla does not like that woman.
It's coming from Murad Morelli. He's English. He lives in that country. So everybody's walking around talking about the same thing. I thought that was juice. Juice. Juicy. That's what I want to see. I want them to fight amongst them. Let them fight. All that kind of stuff like this is symbolic, because it was said when you are assigned to wear one of these tiaras, one of these necklaces, because guess what, those are pure diamond you're talking about here. Pure diamond. You're not talking about the what do you call these people, the tarot readers crystal. No, you are talking about the real diamond, either from Africa or from India. That's what they're wearing. They're wearing that in tiaras on their heads. Just imagine. So, guys, on that balcony, Cecilia, I did not see Kate talking to Camilla. Maybe they spoke behind the scene. Neither did I see Sophie talking to Kate. Because, you know, if somebody was in a hiding, they were sick, all the entire family, when they do come in a public, the entire family is going to, what do you want? You want water? You want what? You want chicken legs? You want chicken wings? Which one you want? Nothing like that happened. We did not see it. Is something cooking? Tell us. I'm here for it. You know what these people are saying about Camilla not liking Kate Middleton? I'm starting to believe that. Because guess what? Kate Middleton's mama came there with her daughters at that event. What do you call it? Mascot, escort, whatever it's called. Because you know that escort, Camilla. So, you know, everywhere there was news about William holding Kate's mother's hands. And the pictures were flooding on all the derangers pages around here. And later that day, guess what I did? I went on William's page on Twitter. Everyone's picture was there. Every single family member of William's picture was on there, except for Kate Middleton's and the husband, Michael Middleton. There is something cooking. Y'all keep using those bottles, and we're going to sit down here waiting for the gossip. You know, those are little symbols. Something is something. Why? William held her hands, helped her out when her shoe kind of stuck in the grass and all those juicy stuff was floating around. But guess what? Go on Twitter. Go on Prince and Princess of Wales official X page. None of Cara Middleton picture from that escort event with the horses. So maybe somebody just invited them there and gave her a little bottle of the red one. And that's why they're like, you just gonna come here and drink. Come on here for some kind of PR for us. You broke. You ain't got nothing to tell us. Was that what it was? And I'm going to tell you that's exactly what it was. How come Camilla was not even seen with her shaking hands? She was hanging around all the young royals, all the little kids. I mean, that woman is 60-something years old. She can't be hanging around other little tiny Beatrice and all those Zara. The patriarch of the family, why was he not hanging around with the king? I just be thinking loud sometimes, you know. But these people stuff, I be gossiping in my own brain and keep quiet sometimes, and sometimes I come down here and spill the beans, and that's why I'm here today. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm not getting politics. I just want to show y'all. I want to just make y'all guys listen to this video here. So that's Joe Biden when he used to be a young politician back then when there was apartheid in South Africa. That guy actually defended us. So y'all guys, this guy is a good guy. He went and defended the blacks of South Africa before the white parliament. This guy is a wonderful man. God bless him. So let's listen.
must not become part of South. What disturbs me more than the policy that you call a policy is the rationale for the policy. We must not become part of South Africa's problem. We must remain part of their solution. We must not aim to impose ourselves, our solutions, our favorites in South Africa. Damn it, we have favorites in South Africa. The favorites in South Africa are the people who are being repressed by that ugly white regime. We have favorites. Our loyalty is not to South Africa, it's to South Africans. And the South Africans are majority black, and they are being excoriated. It is not to some stupid puppet government over there. We have no loyalty to South Africa, to South Africans. They tried everything for the last 20 years. They begged, they borrowed, they crawled, and now they're taking up arms.
Let me say that I hate to hear a senator of the United States calling for violence.
I hate to hear an administration and a Secretary of State refusing to act on a morally abhorrent point. I hate to hear this country. I'm ashamed that this country puts out a policy like this that says nothing.
Yeah, that's Joe Biden. And this person here is on Twitter, HRH Zola Sugarcane. That's the person's name. That name is so beautiful. Zola Sugarcane, HRH. Yeah. So that's the person who did put this on Twitter, not Twitter, on TikTok. So that's our president, our current president, stood there with black people and almost cursed them out. He told them the way it is. That's what we need. We need this kind of people in power. We need this kind of white people in power. You don't see many of those ones now. God bless you, Mr. President. Yeah, when I saw this thing, it almost made me cry. You know, we want to see more. We want to see more of the leaders. Think about the oppression around the world. This happened in 1980 something. It says 1987. Yeah. You know, because of power, it's very few of these people up there in Congress or in one of them big houses want to sit down there and defend us. Very few of them. If they want to defend us sometimes, they're just defending us to get votes. But guess what? This dude defended us a long time ago. I was 2 years old when he did it. Yeah. I'm hoping some people are going to say something right now with what is happening in Africa. Did you all know what's happening in Democratic Republic of Congo? There is genocide. And nobody's talking about it. Because guess what? It's a little black people dying. And nobody really cares. Nobody. And this has been going on forever. It's been going on forever for the minerals. Because they need cobalt. They need to build all the electric cars. They need to build all these phones, these cell phones. They need to make them. And in order to make them, they need to keep those people poor and keep the war going in that country so they could collect that cobalt. To help with the phone batteries, to help making all the electric cars and all those. And you know, apparently the Congo has 90% of cobalt, minerals. The 90% of the world deposit is in Democratic Republic of Congo. And you can see people talking about it. So I wish we had more parliament people around here, these Congress members like Joe Biden. We need y'all guys. Y'all need to speak up. I saw everybody's going around free Palestine, free Palestine. They need to free the black people of the Congo also. That's in Africa. Yeah. So I have one white guy around here. He's talking about Juneteenth. So it's a very educational for all of us guys to remember all those times there. Like I told y'all guys on Juneteenth, we were not celebrating, we were just remembering what happened to our ancestors back then. So let's listen to this white man here, and God bless him. All right, let's listen to this dude.
What the hell is Juneteenth, and why do we even bother celebrating? And to my fellow white people, this one's for you. Now I'm going to drop some knowledge on you really fast, so please try to keep up. Juneteenth was made into a federal holiday by President Biden back in 2021. Now, Juneteenth, or June 19th, is when we now recognize the official end of slavery in the states here in America. It ended in Texas on June 19th, 1865, which about 250,000 enslaved Americans gained their freedom. Now, to be factually correct, Oklahoma still had enslaved Americans, but they were only a territory. And please, please listen to me as I tell you this, because I'm going to point out two very uncomfortable truths here in America. Number one, there was a little over 12 million Africans who were enslaved and shipped over to the New World, and only about 10.5 million of them made it, meaning roughly 1.5 million enslaved Africans lost their lives just on transport over here to America. And at the time of emancipation, there were almost 4 million enslaved Americans who were given their freedom. So, 10.5 million enslaved Americans, 4 million granted their freedom. So that means 6.5 million enslaved men and women were worked to death without compensation, plus the 1.5 million that were lost while being transported over here. Those souls are gone forever. That gives us a total of about 8 million human lives. But do you know how many soldiers, American soldiers, we've lost in all our wars, both combat and non-combat casualties? About 1.5 million. That's over 5 times as many people that lost their lives than we've lost soldiers. This is a serious holiday. And to further prove my point, speaking of holidays, Christmas is the most popular holiday here in America. And we all know Santa Claus, the guy that I look like, reigns supreme. But did you know Santa Claus was created as a marketing campaign by Coca-Cola Bottling Company, yeah, Coke, 125 years ago? Have you ever wondered why Santa's red and white, Coke is red and white, why Santa and Coca-Cola dominate Christmas? We care more about Christmas than trying to fix and repair our past where we enslaved innocent people and just celebrating them getting their freedom. I think that's kind of messed up, and I'll be proud to celebrate Juneteenth tomorrow in Cincinnati at the FC Cincinnati Major League Soccer game. We're having HBCU night, and I'm going to soak in the moment and the importance of what this night means. I'll see you on the road. What the hell is Juneteenth?
Yeah, so the person who posted this is Sean K. the King. He's a black dude who posted this on TikTok. So I wish we had more knowledge like that in public. Send this video to the kids so they could learn about our history, you know. And I do not like to hear lots of all those stuff that happened to us in the past. It really affects me, you know. And I'm just gonna stop this video right here. But we need to talk about it, and we need to educate our future generations about all this. And I'm gonna talk to y'all guys tomorrow. Please subscribe to Isabella Banks, subscribe to Baron's channel, subscribe to all these success friendly channels. Let's get Brother Baron to 100 subscribers so he could get that little silver plate. Okay, I love y'all guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.